Hello guys, welcome back. Konnichiwa. Herzlich willkommen. Yeah guys, update on Faraday Future. We had yesterday here some predictive price action here. I want to share with you, of course, my analysis here based on the chart, ticker FFIE, as you know, trading here on the Nasdaq. This is, of course, guys, not financial advice. Yeah, guys, we have many squeezes in the market. It's almost a little bit overwhelming right now. Almost every prediction which I try to do here on my channel, or not every, but a lot of predictions here get fulfilled. We started yesterday again, guys. We started on Monday with one of my swing trade tickers here on Patreon. We started with a 662% squeeze after my prediction here. This is a 4 hours chart, so just 2 days later here we had a 662% squeeze, guys. And yesterday we had again two squeezes here. One squeeze, or the one ticker squeezed, also as a Patreon swing trade alert, squeezed 365%, and one of my hot stocks also squeezed yesterday, guys, 176%. So yeah, this is absolute overwhelming. I get a lot of feedback here from my members. They made huge profits, and now we want to check if we can also make the same kind of profits here or even more on Faraday Future. Yeah, when we see the chart like that, guys, we have one little green candle here. We had yesterday 19% plus, and we know, yeah, that something is cooking up here, and I already showed you that in my previous video, and this is not a coincidence, guys. If we have a really quick look here just at the indicators, I will enable, of course, the drawings for you in a second, guys. Now, that was machigaimashita, so I don't want to show you the drawings right now. We make this later. So then we have this situation here. I said that we have to close this open gap here, guys, and we fulfilled that yesterday. Here was one open gap in the chart. That was, of course, already before the squeeze, guys. We gapped up here. I never like a gap up, guys, to be honest with you, because the chance that we close these open gaps here is about 90%. And as I said, yeah, this open gap was here at I think it was 7 cents or something like that. And when I told you here in the $3 range that we will come down to 7 cents, I think I got so many dislikes for my videos, guys, when I said like that. And today, guys, here, you know, that was on May, guys. Now here, 3 months later, yeah, the gap is closed. This is how trading works, and you have to respect the chart. If you, of course, don't see or don't know these chart signals, it can be very difficult. However, guys, the good situation is when we see where Faraday Future started here to lift off, split adjusted chart, of course. Now I also want to show you some very important here based on the chart and based on the background information. So everything here between $1.52 and the open gap $2.82 is a potential squeeze range, aka buy in price range, not a financial advice. And what we had yesterday, guys, as soon as we closed this gap, we now switch here to the 4 hours chart, and you will see that quite good, guys. And I will enable, of course, the drawings for you. So there we go, guys. The orange line is the open gap. You can see that we came down a little bit more, built it directly a candle wick here, and had a rebound reaction of almost 40%, guys. Yeah, almost, yeah, even 42%. Not in coincidence. The good news is, guys, yeah, this is, of course, just a technical reaction. Gap gets closed, volume kicks in. This is normal. But of course, guys, now we have the situation that we could see a squeeze. As I said, the problem is that we have this, in my opinion, the most significant or the most supportive buy-in price range here is between $2.15 and $1.97. This is now a technical reaction based on the gap close. However, when we see where Faraday Future had its reaction here before, here was also, you can see we had here two squeezes here in the $3.60 range. Here one squeeze was triggered here, the next squeeze here, shakeout below $3.60, boom, squeeze attempt. So we know that that is a very volatile stock, guys. Yeah, I know you want to hear very clear price levels, but this is what it is. So everything between $3.60 and $1.95 is here as very supportive potential squeeze price range. What we have now, yeah, Faraday Future announced this stock split. The stock split is done. As we know, we had our 1-to-40 stock split here, and they said in their filing that they want to dilute the stock here back to 4 billion shares, and after the 1-to-40 stock split, the float should be 104 million shares. This is what they announced with an SEC filing. When we now check the situation on Fintel here, guys, yeah, and this is why it's sometimes tricky to use Fintel when you have no experience in trading, because Fintel is showing now here a short interest of 1.1 million shares, 10% of the float. And when we now see what is going on here behind the scenes, at least related to Fintel, because Fintel is just calculating the float based on the stock split, then Fintel says the float is 10 million shares. And this is the question which I cannot answer you. Is the dilution already done? Did they dilute the stock by 4 billion shares and divided then with 40, and now we have 100 million shares? Or is the float right now just 10 million shares? I cannot answer that. I think this is a calculation error here by Fintel, and the float should be 100 million shares, so we need to wait here for the updates on Fintel to be clear on that. But just to let you know, guys, I don't know if the dilution has been done or not, because when I see the volume profile here, there are no volume spikes, there is no dilution, so it is very possible that they still dilute the stock. As long as they don't dilute the stock, we had yesterday trading volume of 10 million shares. If the float is has been not diluted yet, and they have to still dilute here the stock, and we just have a float from 10 million shares, that would be of course in favor for a squeeze, and that would go hand in hand with the technical setup which we have, guys. Here when we zoom out a little bit, then you see just concentrate here on the yellow lines, guys. We have the yellow line here. We also even don't need the indicators. I will show you that in a second again, guys, here. So then you can see we have this wedge pattern here where we are trading in. Yeah, we have of course this trend channel pattern which I rely on here. That is possible that we see some more downside. I explained that in my last video, but right now we have this wedge pattern here, and you can see we had a huge technical reaction when we hit the bottom of the wedge pattern here. Here was a rejection zone, here was the squeeze trigger zone, and this is exactly where we are right now, guys. We came back over this wedge here. We are back in this trading pattern, and that would mean, if we don't talk about a short squeeze, if we just talk about an algo squeeze, yeah, I don't talk here about that short sellers get pushed out of their positions and have to close them, then, guys, the trading range in this wedge pattern, which is also, by the way, the top of the trend channel pattern here, this is going here hand in hand. That means, guys, we have here $16, $15, yeah, depending on the day, $14 as a potential price target. And we have a lot of open gaps in the chart. When I switch one more time back to the daily chart, then we can see we have a lot of open gaps at $6, $7.70, $11, and so on. So the squeeze price range here is quite huge. So we have here potential to see a 340% squeeze, and based on the volatility and based on the volume which we had here, the pre-volume before the split, guys, yeah, there are a lot of fail to delivers which are generated here, a lot of synthetic shares, and they have to be settled. I am not someone who say, oh, they use always synthetic shares. Yes, guys, they do, but they always find ways how to settle them. And what I really like is the RSI setup here, guys, on the 4 hours chart. Let me switch one more time. Sorry for the ping pong. So, guys, you can see huge volume kicked in here, and we have our RSI cross. Yeah, we are back in the normal trading range, and that could mean it could be the beginning of a squeeze, guys. Every time when the RSI start to cross here, the moving averages here and the 30% range here, the blue box, that is here in favor for a squeeze. It was the last time here exactly when we hit the algo trend line, and we are back on the algo trend line right now with volume. If the volume can continue today, and we had no bearish price action in the aftermarket, you can see that here this candle was building up. There is a slightly chance, guys, yeah, that we just have a normal algo reaction here based on the open gap, and that we end up somewhere here at $3.85 or $4.50. This is possible that we just have here a low swing trade of 60 or 70%. Yeah, 70% in total. It is possible. However, $5.23 is one of the make it or break it price levels. If we could come with volume over these price levels, over $4.46 and over $5.23, guys, that could be a very good chance here to see a bigger squeeze for Faraday Future, especially if this would be true, that they didn't dilute the stock yet and the float is just 10 million shares, guys. That could be very, very in favor for a squeeze, which I already said here before the stock split happened, guys. I showed you that in the beginning of the video, guys. We had here many big squeezes in the market this week already. If you want to see those squeeze tickers, guys, yeah, it's very I can just recommend not to put all your money in just one stock. We have so many squeezing stocks here in the market, guys. I also released here my brand new hot stock video on Sunday. So we still have one of these tickers already squeezed, but we have still 2 more tickers to go here. So if you want to see my squeezing content, guys, and especially here the swing trade alerts, then you can join in here our memberships. Yeah, we are growing here every day. And the popular membership which I have here is the full package membership on Patreon. where you get access here to all my member videos, to the hot stock videos, and to the so-called trading alerts here on Patreon. These are only available on Patreons. If you just want to see the videos, the member videos, guys, this is also possible here with the Elite Circle membership on YouTube. You can choose what fits better for you. As I said, this is much more popular. We have much more members here, but for video content, YouTube is also very, very good. So the links to the memberships are here in the video description, guys. So let's now go back one more time here. So these are the two scenarios, guys, and the bear case, yeah, to be honest with you, the bear case is that this yellow trend line is not supporting the price, that this is here not a strong support, and that we break down to the bottom of the trend channel, and that would be very, very, very bad, guys, because that would bring Faraday Future back here in the $1 range and even lower. And as you know, when they bring the stock again one more time below $1, it is really, really ugly, guys. We have meme stocks get delisted. CEI, Kemba Energy got delisted. MMAT, Meta Materials, got delisted, guys. The meme stock gets delisted or get delisted right now. I don't want to call Faraday Future a meme stock, but the characteristic, the volatility, the number of stock splits which we have, guys, is in favor for that, to call it like that. And of course, the market makers and short sellers want to bring the price down below $1, because that could be the beginning of the end here. But I will show you more details on that if this will happen, guys. Guys, if you want to copy the price levels here, I will do this here a little bit more clear for you that you can see that better, guys. If you want to copy all the price levels here, the open gaps and stuff like that, this is everything based on TradingView. As you know, I do all my videos here based on TradingView, and if you want to copy the price levels here or even copy the chart patterns which I draw here, I can just recommend that program. I use that for all my videos and for all my own trades, guys. So if you want to learn trading, there is no way around for using a good chart tool, guys. That's why I recommend TradingView. I am not sponsored by TradingView, but you can use here my discount link available in the video description to save $15. I always recommend the premium subscription. This is good for beginners and even advanced traders. Guys, that was my update on Faraday Future. I hope you caught this open gap here. I mentioned that already in the latest video. I wish you great success with all your trades and see you in the next video. Arigato gozaimasu, vielen Dank, viel Erfolg, bis zum nächsten Video. Take care. Bye bye, guys.